And really, at this point, it's about the strategic firing. Some good shots in there. Jay-Z doing some definite, doing the high score damage on the wild ones, but just definitely not enough. And poor Kagero and the assassin going down. Those assassins capable of a lot more, but he only brings in the 60 at a critical time.
Hey, hold for just a quick moment. MWO Leagues as a channel is being really weird. I'm gonna restart the stream.
Okie dokie.
And we are live again with the 5 minute delay. I'm sorry, everyone. There seems to be a bit of an error on the stream. I don't know if it's my computer or the channel. We should be live again now for those who missed drop one. We are at one drops one from Blackwatch. And I want to say it was 6 kills for Blackwatch and 3 kills for Wild Ones. There was not much to it, just an overall quick brawl. Unless there was something you noticed that that I did not, Blue. Oh, and I guess since the stream is being weird, I am Tios. I am your caster. This is my co-caster, Violent Blue. I guess we have to restart with the with who we are since stream's being weird.
So I'm just in the process of swapping over our teams here, making sure we get everybody on the right side, which is apparently a little bit of a problem for me, but eventually I'll get it.
Alrighty. Now, seeing as the stream was being weird, there is no log of drop one. So if you could give me a quick moment, I will see if I can find that.
In the meantime, just getting our teams organized. They will go back to the same match, swapping sides, so there's an equal chance for positioning. Again, the 3 cap points that they can take are Kappa, Theta, and Epsilon. All the action here happening over on one side of the map at one point. The Kappa point, basically big brawl going in there, and that was really a very decisive brawl for Black Watch against the Wild Ones.
Violent Blue, can you? It seems that there was one guy from Blackwatch who's still on Team One.
Who would that be?
Todak.
Excellent. Okay.
All right.
All right, so we've got teams swapped over again on Conquest, County Network, and let's see if what do you think? Are they gonna? I'm curious to see if they go for that brawl over on that one side again. Very much like scouting, where you're seeing the smaller teams. This is a 6-person team versus the 4 you get in scouting, and really the first thing you do is hunt down that other side and make sure that they can't take those caps from you or those points from you. And that's very much what we saw in the first game there was just, let's get to it, let's fight it out. Might as well have been skirmish.
Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna play out the same way again because there's not really a lot of ways that this map can really play out. It's almost always just a quick brawl push. All right, I got the screenshot. Let's plug it into a source on OBS so we can see this while we wait for the next drop to start.
Sounds good. And if you could DM that over to me, that would be awesome. We're currently on a 15-minute delay. Is it a 15-minute delay
5-minute
there, TS?
delay.
We're on a 5-minute delay.
Yes. And then After drop 3, we will have a quick giveaway for Mech Bay, and then after drop 4 or 5, I'm not sure which one yet, we will have the grand giveaway of 1000 MC. If I can get those codes, we will
Mm.
be good.
Mech's gonna get a new paint job.
Yes. Oh, oopsies. I did not meant for the audience to hear that. I love those computer sounds. All right.
Gernhawk explaining my job to me, which is essentially just swap people with 228 tags, then kick people with 228 tags, also invite people from 228,
And then
then
join
join
228
228.
for maximum profit. All right, Violent Blue, you should have the screenshot. Now let's see if I can pull that screenshot up.
Awesome. So over on Black Watch, um, they only lost 2 out of their 6 mechs. Although a couple of those mechs were really, really hurt by the end of that brawl, down under 50%. In fact, a couple of lucky shots from Jay-Z and Blunt Object might actually have taken those 2 mechs down and even the score. Unfortunately, they did not get to that point. I think
So,
they got very, very close to that. And again, good solid scores in there with Totok and Jay-Z doing some good damage.
chat, I will say I am sorry for the fact that we do not have the stats, but now it is just a horrible screenshot, seeing as the current site for all of our stream stats is down.
So we're
So,
kicking it old school with the screenshot here.
mm-hmm.
Looks tacky, but still semi-effective.
Oh, wait until you see it on stream. You're gonna love this. Oh, can I zoom in? Nope. Okay, wonderful. And now we are waiting. Okay,
That's
so
okay.
let's
My camera didn't work for the first 2 minutes of the game. That's always exciting.
yeah. So let's go through damages. Top damage on Wild Ones is Jay Z in his Vulcan, which is unsurprising, seeing as he was the mech that lived the longest. So he obviously had the most time to deal damage. And top damage on Black Watch was surprisingly, I want to say his name is, or you pronounce it Todok in the Uziel, which is not a very high damage per second mech. Oh, and we are set and ready to go for the next drop.
Excellent. Let me just get into that lobby and we will drop these teams.
Yes.
Launching it now in Canyon.
We are now in drop 2 Canyon with the first drop going to Blackwatch, but still very good for a Wild Ones win. Sorry, not very good. This match is still very winnable for Wild Ones.
All right, so we'll watch both of these teams. Again, the caps that are up for that are valid are Kappa, Theta, and Epsilon. Let's move it up here, have a look at our teams.
All right, so Wild Ones is currently running 2 Grasshopper 5Hs with Gernhawk and Krisman. We have Jay Z and friends in once again in the, I want to say it's the Vulcan 5T, and we have Wes Santon in a Roughneck 3A, a very unusual choice for this map.
And we have, sorry, was that, did you just do which side did you do? Jay-Z's or Panic's?
Jay Z's side. I did the blue side.
Awesome. Panic button sitting in the Javelin. We've got the Victor for Toe Talk. Another 3 Javelins over here on the on Black Watch's side. And 3 Javelins, 2 Victors, and a what is the TNS?
Thanatos.
Thanatos, thank you. Not a mech I apparently pilot very often.
And we have some early shots coming off now. This deck from Blackwatch seems to be all heavy Goss. Very odd choice for this map, and also a very, I don't know, fragile choice, seeing as those heavy Goss love to get crit out.
Both teams actually trying to find a little space because they've got those long range weapons, or at least they've got enough that they can definitely do that. Look at the UAVs all over the place. Everybody wants to know where the other team is. No doubt at all on that. Um, only the wild ones have picked up a cap point. Oh, and look at the cost there of taking that Goss.
We have Chrisman now, who, though he's only at 73%, still in the red. Jay-Z was picked from mid-air with
Oh
a wonderful
no,
Goss shot.
that's an expensive loss.
We are now down to 2 mechs down from Wild Ones, and it's gearing up to be 3 as Chris goes down.
You can see Blackwatch pressing in, just seeing those 2 kills and wanting to get in even further. Archon Steiner with that Victor really, really down under 50%. So he's a little bit more fragile than the rest, but to be quite honest, he's got the armor to handle it. Wow, 4-5 down. This is going to go fast as well. Another straight out brawl. Defunct is the only one on his feet from Wild Ones. All 6 mechs still alive
And
for
as soon
Black
as
Watch.
one good shot lands, yep, that's it.
And
He's
that
down.
is it. That is all.
And Blackwatch has now stolen drop 2 with a clean 6-0 sweep.
A little bit of a painful game there for the Wild Ones. These teams do play each other often because they're 228. They're all in the same unit, but they do have their own unique playing styles. And I'm wondering how much each team knew going into this about the other team's tactics.
I would say probably a lot of knowledge beforehand. And wow, just look at my map. All of the UAVs, more than I can count. I'm gonna have to take
Yeah,
a screenshot of that.
yeah, that was basically a game of where are they? Let's take them down now.
All right, let's get this screenshot in. Then we can pull that up to view at a later time. As our next match, I believe our next map is HPG. Yes.
The next map is in fact HPG. The cap points are similar. They are Kappa, Theta, and Epsilon. Obviously, different map, different position, but again, easy to remember. Kappa, Theta, and Epsilon again.
Now let me find this screenshot of our match stat, and then we can get that going. Oh my god, I have a lot of screenshots.
Yeah, again, that painful loss in the beginning. Jay-Z going down really early, still getting in 210 with the Vulcan, but not able to keep that mech up and running for as long to do more damage. Very, very difficult for his team to recover from those 2 quick deaths in the beginning.
Blue, I'm assuming you are going to need a screenshot as well.
Absolutely.
All right, let me send it. There we go. There we go. All right. So, top damage on Blackwatch is Dom in the Javelin. Now, that is not a very a high damage per second mech. So, I'm going to assume he had a good strike in there somewhere. With second place damage going to Oblivion with his dual heavy Goss Thanatos, which is a little odd. Is Adam Archon Steiner only getting 127 damage with his dual heavy Goss Victor, which means he landed only 2.5 shots really.
Wow, that's I know a lot of that game, there was a lot of dodging and using cover, but that's a little bit more cover than you actually want to be using. I'm wondering if he had some missed shots because he was going for some of the faster mechs.
I'm not quite sure, honestly. I was not focusing too much on him, as he was a little more strayed from the team. So I was trying to keep my eyes more on the match. But yeah, there was definitely something to be seen there. Alrighty, check on the lobby status. They're still not ready.
Yep. Teams are swapping out a couple players as they go along here, so they're kind of rotating through a little bit, letting a few different people play. You'll get a slightly different dynamic on that, but you also have the opportunity to bring in players who specialize in very specific mechs for those maps or very specific strategies. Oftentimes, the top competitive players can play a well-rounded game in almost any mech, but players like myself who really aren't great at competitive or newer people will often specialize in specific mechs and specific tactics.
Oh, poor Kagaru in his Vulcan, getting only 48 damage, but he also got gimped incredibly fast. Was one of the first mechs to drop in that match, and
Yeah, every bit counts here. Very like really important that your mech. One of the number one rule when you don't have a lot of mechs, don't die early.
that also rings even more true, seeing as this league only allows 325 tons, which means that every mech is more important than before, seeing as there are no real firepower boats here. All of your mechs have to be very evenly split on tonnage. Now, our next match is on HPG, and much to my not liking, there have been a lot of strats that have involved trying to put mechs up on the wall, and these are two teams.
HPG?
Well,
HPG? You don't like HPG?
I don't like wall strats.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say HPG is like the love of tier 4 and 5. Like that's like, ooh, it's HPG. It's cool. It's gray. But yes, there is that wall strat there, and that can be really annoying if you don't have the right mechs to counter it.
Yes. And these are two teams that both really adore range, so I would not be surprised if the English if we do not have two or three mechs from both sides on the wall.
Yes. I'd like to see an entire team of jump jetting mechs, and we'll just play the whole thing out on the wall. And theoretically, in this, with only 3 cap points in play, 6 mechs, you could actually do that. You could play an entire game on the wall. What do you think the chances are of that, Tios?
I hope it's non-existent, but I've been duped before. All right, and we now have a lock from 228th Wild One. And things are seeming a bit slow right now, so actually no, I can't do it yet because I don't have the codes. Give me one moment.
You must have the codes in order to give the codes
Hmm.
away. All right, we're seeing the second team, Panic's team, moving into positions. Looks like we're really close here. And we're just waiting on the last mech to be ready, and then we'll
Archon
be
Adam
launching it into
Steiner
HPG.
keeping us waiting.
That's okay. He's finishing off his sushi,
Hmm.
and really needs to take just a moment to savor it. Maybe dip it a little in the in some soy sauce, maybe a little wasabi on that.
Oh,
So
you're making me so hungry right now.
it's, sushi is good. I actually had sushi today, although I don't think it counts as sushi because I actually had teriyaki don, which is basically beef in teriyaki beef with some onions on top of rice.
I'm not sure that
Almost feel
counts
like
as
I'm
it.
cheating. Like it's Japanese food, but it's All right. Oh, they said Adam's Adam's dead.
Dead, as
Uh-oh.
far as I know.
No, he's ready. So they're either taking a zombie in or they're just kidding. And we launch. Refilling
Yep, let's go.
coffee.
Let's go.
Sorry. Back.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good. Good to go.
Launch. All
We'll
right.
just send them in. They're green. We're gonna take them in.
We now have our code. So after this match or after this drop, we will do the quick giveaway for 1,000. One mech bay, and then after drop 4, we will have the 1,000 MC.
Excellent. Jay-Z throwing out the good luck, have fun.
Admiral Korean Jesus being borderline offensive. Not sure what to think of that. All right. So on Wild One's side, we have a Spider 5D, a Spider 5D, 4 Roughnecks. This is a weird drop deck.
Hey, over on my side, I've also got the triple Thanatos, double Panthers, and a Javelin. All right, based on these drop decks, wow, that's going to be an interesting one. You've got those two fast cappy spiders. Those roughnecks can throw out damage, but they're going up against the Thanatos. And those javelins, Panthers are going to hunt down those spiders. Let's have a look. Blackwatch coming in here, going right toward the center here with almost all of their mechs, with the exception of one mech out at Kappa taking that point. So they're just going to pick that up just in case. What have you got over on the other side, Wild Ones?
Wild Ones has 2 mechs on the wall, and they are both spiders. They are not spiders. They both have 1 ER large and 2 meds. And we have four roughnecks going basement. They are all close range brawl, and they are coming in to just kill anything else that comes in.
I'm also thinking that's not a bad move with those mechs going into the basement, because when you do have those wall mechs, and we do have, looks like we've got one on the wall over here for Black Watch, coming in to look at that mech, and the two spiders for Wild Ones.
Now, now these 3 mechs from Blackwatch, they all 3 of them have 2 heavy Gauss, which means that should a brawl start, all of their guns can get crit out fairly quickly, and we have Panic now going up top. His Javelin, is he going to try to be a quick counter for the spiders?
It's a good question. What's the range on those heavy gas, Tios?
On the heavy Gauss is an optimal range of 270 without skills, and a maximum of I want to say it's 900 of a very slow damage drop off that allows him to do damage at a very high range.
Very nice. This is an interesting thing we've got going around the side here. Over in Epsilon, we've got a couple players from Wild Ones, and then we've got another. We've got Nita Pickle in the Panther up on the wall, having a look over there. He's got his buddy coming in. We've now got three mechs coming in from Black Watch, looking at the two Wild One mechs over at Epsilon. Could be a mini brawl there, just as we're having down in Theta. How are things going downstairs in Theta there, Tias?
Still not any fights yet. So far, Blackwatch seems to be content with just trying to sit and hold top, and Wild One seems to be content with just trying to hold the bottom.
And
Now,
I've got Jay-Z engaging Panic Button, the two captains going at it on the wall in the back here, taking a little bit of extra shots though from Dom, who's helping his buddy Panic out. Jay-Z about to drop down out of there. He's got his buddy Defunct to back him up, but Defunct can't get an angle on those wall mechs. I think that's a new term, the wall mechs.
yeah, I love it. Uh, what? I don't think a Wild Ones is gonna win this fight here. They are in 2 spiders mechs that are clearly known for not having just a lot of raw firepower, and they are against a Javelin, 2 Panthers, two light mechs that are known for just being pure powerhouse houses of firepower.
Well, I'll
So
defer to your expertise on that, but I will say that while they've got the numbers in their favor as far as mechs and builds, we still have to get it down to that the team play and the strategy. So I think it's going to be interesting. But we are seeing, we're definitely seeing a strong showing. Blackwatch is really on their game today. Jay-Z way out at the perimeter there, just riding the outskirts, trying to either distract or I'm not sure if he's trying to distract or get away from these 3 mechs that are up top here in the back. Nita, Dom, and Panic Button all shooting at him. In the meantime, they're actually their cap points are actually climbing. It's an it'd be an unusual thing to see this cap out, but it is a possibility. All mechs are still in play, and most of them are pretty healthy.
and we have I think he might be legged. Spider. Let me do a quick check. Hello, game.
Yeah, Defunct down there, 49% in
He
the Spider.
he is legged,
He's
and his last
yeah.
leg is just one touch from gone, and he's doing a beautiful job trying to shield it. But still, I mean,
He is, and Nita Pickle and Dom have basically decided they're just gonna
oh,
leave him there. They're gonna go back to the center and help
and
there.
we have shots up top now. As the Wild Ones are now trying to take top from Blackwatch, and the first Wild Ones mech has gone down. It's a roughneck, which is a bit surprising, seeing as those mechs are known for being very hard to kill.
They are. We've still got 2 of the Roughnecks in very good shape in the 90 percentile, 61 for Kagero. But Admiral, Korean Jesus, and Oblivion SK coming up top to basically put some really harsh damage there on West Santon in that Roughneck 3A. He drops down, Chrisman takes over, but it's 1 mech versus 2. This is
Oh,
never a good scenario.
and we
On
are
the other hand, we've got Jay-Z and the Spider did some long range in there trying to help out his friend who's facing those 2 mechs, and West Santon coming back up top
And we are
at a
now down
critical
to
time.
3 mechs from Wild Ones against 5 mechs from Blackwatch's. Admiral Korean Jesus finally goes down. And we are now down to 2 mechs from Wild Ones. As Chris, he did a wonderful job trying to stay alive, but that was just the end of him. And Oblivion goes down to Jay. Is now
Yeah,
a two
Jay-Z
on four
coming in there
fight.
trying to do some hero some last minute savior moves here. It's gonna be pretty tough on a Spider. But it's Jay-Z and West Santon there,
And Jay is now
holding tight
legged, I
together.
believe. Yes, Jay is now legged. And we have Panic trying to be sly, and he's gonna come around from the flank, try to get a good shot, or he's gonna stay in the basement. I'm not sure which yet.
Yeah, and
He's gonna stay.
the cap game, which doesn't matter very much, is getting evened out now by Blackwatch, just to make sure that that does not become a factor.
Is Wild One's gonna drop down in the basement? They
They
are.
are. Yep, they're going to drop it down. They're going to go forth and face it, man. The music is there, and they're facing it.
And Jay-Z has gone
Jay-Z
down.
is down.
Beautiful shot from Panic.
Unfortunate that Lake Spider about as useful as a soup sandwich, so he's down.
And we have Santon, who's trying to now face down. Oh, and he gets killed by Adam Archon Steiner. That is the 3rd drop going to Blackwatch.
Well, Blackwatch doing their best to show up the Wild Ones today, and so far so good. A lot of gameplay all over the map that time, up top, down below, out on the edges, on the walls, and but at the end of the game, it does not matter. It is Blackwatch.
All right. Let's get these scores on screen.
Excellent. There we go. And you get those scores on stream. I'm going to be and make sure. Were we doing a giveaway here?
Yes. Give me one moment as I get these scores up. All right, there we go. Sorry, chat. I know it still looks awkward, but in the end, it's what we got. Then I will also send the screen to Violent Blue. Da, 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 da.
Excellent. How to counter things when you have a website down? Well, you just kick it old school, do that screenshot and check out the damage. We're looking at um, Blackwatch here with oh, am I looking at the right one? No, that's Canyon. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh nope, I sent to the wrong person. I am very sorry.
Well, you know how many Violent Blues? Apparently, there's more than one.
All right, Violent Blue. Let's get you the right screenshot. There we go. And it is processing. Sent. Now let's get this giveaway going.
Excellent.
All right, so we will go over the match very shortly as soon as we are done with this giveaway. So let's get rid of Tios and Violent Blue. I am sorry, bot, but you are only a bot, so therefore you cannot win the giveaway. Very sorry about that. All right, so the first giveaway for a single mech bay. Let's get that rolling.
Man, who is going to be the lucky winner on this? It's always difficult for me because we've got a slight delay. So I can't see who is going to be winning
Saber
the prize,
6-1 has won the mech bay.
but Tios has the answer. Saber 6-1.
So, Saber 6-1, please send a private DM, not to the channel itself, but to me, Tios. I will send a quick thing in chat so you can see who to DM. And yes, please get out to me by the end of the stream, and you will have your free mech bay. If not, I unfortunately will have to do a quick re-roll and give it out to someone else. Now then, let's go over
I'm
the
sure we can
scores.
track him down, don't you think?
Oh, I have faith. So we have top damage from Wild Ones is Chrisman with 539 in his Roughneck 3A, and top damage from Blackwatch is Dom 925 in his Panther, which is a bit surprising, actually. But in the end, it's also not, seeing as he was just wailing away the whole match and was almost entirely not contested.
Yeah. Basically, when you've got your eyes on and you're running that heat high, you can do that. The other mechs chasing each other around a little bit. That being said, I'm just having a look down here at the wild ones, those roughnecks, and sometimes I get sometimes in a different group, especially when you're playing in tournaments, you're all running. You'll have a strategy that involves specific mechs. They've got the four roughnecks here, and I'm wondering if some of those players were a little stronger in those roughnecks, and if some of them were a little bit weaker in the roughnecks, which is why you see such a disparate score from 64 right up to the 539. It can also just be whoever the opposite side decided to focus first, so that can also be a factor.
Oh, blunt object with your with your weird comments about your team. However, blunt object does need to currently be on team 2, cause
Oh, thank you for that.
yeah, it is weird because we have the same unit tag on both sides. Trying to keep things in track gets weird. Alrighty, we are now waiting for Blackwatch to come back in. Panic
Uh,
button just had the whole team leave the lobby at once. Violent Blue, does he have an invite?
Oh gosh, that would be a really good thing to do, wouldn't it?
That would explain why
Well,
he's not back.
I guess so. I think it looks like we almost need a third co-caster here just to keep me in line.
I think you're doing fine.
Awesome, thanks. Oh, look, he sent me a message. How kind of him. Are there expletives in there? Oh, just a few. Okay. All right. No, there were no expletives. It's all good. It was very politely worded.
Mm-hmm. That that sounds like panic. His words are always kind, but his tone will cut right through your soul. Now then, let's see if we can get Blackwatch back in here for our final drop on HPG. And then it is time for the drop of everyone's fan favorite, Mining Collective.
Excellent. So we're moving over to the mining collective now. Um,
No,
because apparently,
not yet, not yet. I said after
what?
drop 4, it's time
Oh,
for
after
everyone's
drop four.
favorite.
Oh yeah, we've got one more. Man, you're messing with my head here. I'm like, I
I'm
missed blunt object, and now I'm on the wrong map again. I should trust you less. There we go.
yes.
Panic button's in.
Who will win? Blackwatch or Australian Blackwatch?
I don't know. Do we give the wild ones a little credit for the fact that this is outside of their time zone and their pings are going to be a little bit challenged?
I mean, they have been playing with a high ping for almost the. I can't think of a single league where it actually was held on Oceanic.
Cool. Hey, TS, can you quickly drop your name in chat as the draw is going, just looking at the draw going live
Yes.
here retroactively.
Awesome.
JZ or JZ. Sorry, I would be Canadian, which is why I would be constantly saying things like JZ. It's JZ. Oh, well, zebra, zebra, whatever. Both teams. Let's see if we see those same mechs. Now, you had said earlier that there actually is a limit on the number of times you can bring mechs, certain mechs into the game.
hmm
What is that limit, TS?
That is 5 mechs per match. So I believe that means that I want to say Blackwatch is now maxed out on. I want to say only
Thanatos?
grasshoppers. No,
Oh, grasshopper. Okay,
they only brought 4 of those. They have 1 more left.
right. Same with the roughnecks
Yes,
or wild ones.
yep, and Wild Ones is currently maxed out on. I want to say Vulcans. I want to say they are currently out of those. Let's see. I think those are the only mechs that are actually maxed out though. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. Sorry, chat, for the loud noises.
That's okay. I'm fine, man. I'm fine.
All right, we are.
Turn down that sound a little. It's all good.
And Blackwatch is locked. We are now waiting for Wild Ones to lock.
So
Both sides are
again,
locked.
both sides are locked. Let's go. I see green. We're launching it in there. Back to HPG Manifold, and we'll see how they use the walls this time. We'll see if they've got those spiders still up there because they still got those mechs available to them, or if they switch out to something else.
And I got my PM from Saber. Saber, you now have your code for the mech bay.
Yay, Saber!
Voila! And after this drop, we will do our code for the 1000 MC, which I know everyone wants. And unfortunately, because I'm doing the cast, I cannot win said MC. Apparently, there's a saying, it's not legal, it's called embezzling. It's stupid, I know. All right. Blackwatch side, we are seeing four bushwhackers, an Osiris, and a cataphract. It's a very odd choice of mech there. It is widely not liked for its low mounts, but I'm curious to see how it'll play out here.
Uh, well, I'm gonna go over to the other side here and just give you the view on the wild ones. West Stanton and the crab. We have 3 crabs, 4 crabs, and 2 quick draws. So it's a quick draw crab. Those crabs are a really great little mech. So we'll see what they do with those. Cataphracts are, I personally love the Ilium Muromets. It does have low mounts. It's a little kludgy, but if you throw anything but an XL engine in that thing, you can get some. It can turn into a nasty little hole puncher.
And we have the first shots coming off as all uh all these bushwhackers seem to be either UX or I think one of them
Uh,
has racks.
yep, we've got dual UAC 10s in the Bushwhacker here.
And we
Yeah.
and we have Gernhawk who just ran straight into the group, not caring about his own survival, just a headlong rush. He somehow
And
made it out alive
oh,
though.
and it looks like we've got one Bushwhacker with a triple rotary AC2 for Jiffy. Jiffy taking that the rotary AC2, completely different build from the other ones. With the
And
Osiris, with ER mediums, and the Cataphract with the LB10X, great weapon for that, and medium pulses. But he is down,
Archon
and
Steiner has blown himself up, which is the third loss from Blackwatch. And we have one mech down from Wild Ones, the quick draw, which is not surprising, seeing as that mech is not tanky. It is 10 tons heavier than the crab, but oh so more fragile.
interestingly enough, we basically have serious laser gauss or serious laser vomit coming with all medium pulse builds in for the wild ones. It's
And,
just medium pulses in every mech.
and we are now down to one mech from Blackwatch, and it is Pickle. Is he going to run or is he going to stay and fight? He is going to run and do his best to kite. He's going to go. He's going to try to go through the basement to break locks. But let's see what happens.
Uh-oh, look out. Blunt Object is coming in from above on the quick draw, going after Nita Pickle, shooting him as he runs out and around that corner. And multiple mechs giving chase here.
So he even though he is the last mech alive, he does have 6 meds, which will give him a significant range boost over the 5 MPLs. So if he manages to kite for long enough, he could get some kills in, but I don't believe it'll be enough to win the whole match.
No, he's going around there. He's got to really get some cover. He's got 3 mechs hot on his tail. Those 2 crabs are just about fast enough. He's going to lead them back out again. He is just lucking out with the cover here, but he's also going to face the other 2 mechs who are going to corner him. West Stanton and JZ coming in with the crabs on the other side. He's going to try and run past them as well. Look at that
And
little
he's
Osiris go.
legged.
Oh, the pain. He's still at 74%, but that leg is critical.
And now he's trying to shield that last leg, but it
Just
won't
gonna
be
keep on
enough.
the
He goes
damage.
down.
Down he goes.
6-1 with drop 4 going to Wild Ones. Which, even though the match is already lost, since Blackwatch has won the first 3 drops, the prizing system gives you 500 MC to go to your team for every drop won. So there is still quite the bonus for winning drops, even though the match might already be lost. And let's get these stats going. But first, the giveaway.
Final giveaway is 1,000 MC.
Indeed it is, and as soon as I find out where my software is, I have too many screens open. All right, I found it. Now let's get it going. Now we must remove Moobot and myself and Violent Blue. And I am very sorry, Saber, but you already won the mech bay, so I cannot have you rolling in this giveaway as well. And let us begin with the roll. Oh, this never gets old. Oh, and the wheel is slowing down. It's slowing down. Who will it be? Dre Sewell? How do you pronounce that? Please send me a PM on Twitch, and I will give you your 1,000 MC. You lucky winner. Now then, let's get these stats up. That is the stat from last week. I mean, from last match. Let's change that.
Let's change that one.
Indeed.
Although it was so good, let's just no, seriously, let's have the latest. Come on, TS.
Let's live in the past. No, okay. Now I will throw them to Violent.
Awesome. And for the last game, we'll be going over to Mining Collective. And the active caps on this one are Sigma, Theta, and Gamma. Teams cannot cap the other caps or else they are in danger of losing the game. Or if they don't kill all mechs and then cap the points.
I just did a radio cast. Oh no.
Are you okay?
Oh no, I did a radio cast.
I don't know what you mean.
OBS told me that it was the screen of the match. No. If only there's a way I could go back in time. Well, for the chat who just showed up, there was this thing. I was paid. It was Panic, and I was told that that he would buy me not one, not two, but three gold mechs if I knew that they were going to lose. I would not do a cast of the match. I am very sorry, but
I regret to inform you all that I did not actually have OBS up and running at all because I'm not streaming it, but that's okay. So we will have to do. I believe that's called. Is that called the RJ cast?
Yes, that is called the RJ cast.
Do you think we can get it up and do an actual visual on the next one, or shall we just kick it old school with the radios and the screen
I'm not doing another radio cast. I am so ashamed. I am so sorry,
we could really
guys.
just go. That's okay, man. We could really just. This could be our hallmark. Tios and Violent Blue radio cast for Mech Warrior. No. Get it together, man. I rely on you. Podcast.
I rely on me too.
You guys are killing me.
Okay.
I was wondering. Sorry. All right. So just a recap of the last game, which was absolutely amazing. The play was epic. I have never seen anything like that last game. The visual on that was enthralling. And all I can say is we could not capture it with our voices, but well, that's all we did.
And if you weren't there, you weren't there. It's kind of just hard to explain it.
That'll go down in the annals of history as well. Something that, anywho, it'll just go down. We're going to be. Can you fix that, man?
I did. I fixed it. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're all good. So. But the most important thing is that we recap who was the person who actually won the draw. Right, that's really important.
The winner of Drop 4 was Blackwatch. No, Wild Ones. They are both the same unit. It was 6-1 with Black Watch bringing a Cataphract, an Osiris, and 4 Bushwhackers, and Wild Ones bringing 4 crabs and two quick draws.
Yeah.
Just full
Those
deck
crabs and
of 6 MPLs. Sorry,
Yep.
you go.
Big on the laser vomit there for wild ones. It worked really well for them, but the big thing for them was positioning and making sure that their mechs. They basically just took down Black Watch. They got a little revenge in that last match. It was very nice to see. Really nice to see. But you'll have to take my word for that. Gosh, like that'll just like it's burned into my brain. It's just too bad it wasn't burned into OBS. But that's okay because we still have one more game left, and these teams, I'm just going to check and see if they're almost ready. And it looks like they're still celebrating the radio cast. Black Watch is basically, like Tio said, promising some gold mechs if the game goes sideways.
That I don't cast, yeah.
Yeah, don't cast it. If Black Watch isn't winning, then apparently we have to go dark. Drioxel. Wow, that is a great name. Dre. Wow. DRAIOCHTSUIL. Wow, that's great. You will need to contact Tios.
Yes, Dre is a forum mod.
There he is. He says re-roll. I'm okay for it.
Cool.
We can re-roll that. A little compensation for those of you who are waiting for that delicious visual. Let's give you 1,000 MC. No, not all of you. Not all of you.
All right.
Sit down. Just one.
The new giveaway shall begin. Let's add in the peep. Let's remove Dre, seeing as he did not want it. Oh yeah, Dre is currently a mod on the MechWarrior 5 server. So I imagine that for all of the
all
NWO
right,
stuff
we are
he said,
green.
we will wait till the giveaway is done. Okay. Let's just launch it. Go.
Yep.
No.
Sorry.
No. I mean, we don't launch the game. Do you launch the game? No.
I just want to make sure there's a visual on this, or we go in the old school, kicking it old school with the radio cast.
The giveaway is currently going. That's the problem.
I just want to remind everybody that we're all volunteers. So please blame us, but don't add the expletives to it. So be like, oh no, but not OF. No, don't say that word.
Yes.
Just oh no. That'll do. All right.
And the winner of the giveaway is Kazoon. As I will now back to the cast.
Sorry, man. That was awesome.
Okay. We're good.
I'm going to pick it up here with our friends over on Black Watch. We've got those grasshoppers making an appearance. 3 grasshoppers on Black Watch. And
okay, I got it.
3 grasshoppers, Vulcan, a javelin, and the Vindicator for Oblivion. Over on the other side, do you want me to announce it, or do you want to do the other the Wild Ones?
I am now here. We are doing Wild Ones is doing 4 catapult C4s of Vulcan and a Commando. I guess they were not maxed out on Vulcan, so they had 1 more. Now,
Good
what
to
do
know.
these catapults have?
Oh, there we go.
SRM spam on every one of them. Oh, we have early
into
shots.
the center they go. Early shots. We've got blunt object to JC. Well, just blunt in the center there, trying to sneak up. Remember, the 3 cap points are Sigma, Theta, and Gamma. Those are the only ones that are valid. Do not touch the other ones. Do not pass go. Do not kill other mechs if you touch those 2 cap points. We've got Panic now running into the middle, facing blunt object down with a couple of his buddies. Looks like they're going to go for Theta.
And a lot of Wild Ones mechs are they've taken a fair bit more damage than the mechs from Black Watch. Black Watch is doing everything that they can to try to hold range with Wild Ones hot on their heels.
Things pretty thick in the middle there. These teams know that in order to win this, you really do have to get the kills. Those cap points are really incidental based on the amount of time. Got Panic Button in the back here, taking some, basically in that javelin, just poking in some fire from afar, while the rest of the team is really huddled in the middle. with Wild Ones really strong on the top. 5 of their mechs up there, and looks like the low ground is going over to Black Watch.
And we have 2 mechs from Wild Ones who are now in the red, with only 1 mech from Blackwatch who's now in the red. This may start to lean to Blackwatch's favor as the first mech from Wild Ones goes down.
Wild Ones aggressively pushing in, trying to get some dead, trying to focus them hard. They take down Totok. It's 1-1 for the deaths here. Oh, 2 down on Black Watch. You can see the aggressiveness again with Wild Ones. They want those kills.
And still, we have Panic, who's being unchallenged and is now 2-on-2 from both sides, as both sides have lost 2 heavy mechs.
Jiffy coming in here to help Admiral Korean Jesus against Chrisman and Blunt Object. They're really focusing him down, and Jiffy trying to get some shots from the top in that Vulcan, but the focus still going over to that Grasshopper. They're trying to take him down. Chrisman at 40%.
And
taking some nasty hits there, down to 32. Oh, they're picking on him now.
And we have Saber, who's not staying in the fight and is just off doing his own thing as all of his teammates die.
Chrisman and Jay-Z going down very quickly, one after the other. It's now that Commando versus that Grasshopper. Blunt Object doing a really good really good job there of staying away from Admiral Korean Jesus, knocking him down to 35% in that bigger mech, but he's just so nimble in that Commando. Now he's taking some fire from the back. Jiffy back in there trying to just trying to get him off of Admiral.
And Blunt Object should be dying soon.
28% for... Oh.
But will he get the kill first? And we have Saber, who's now trying to move in, but he is sat on the outside for a lot of the match and is pretty much robbed his team of his firepower, as he's now running in, and he gets dropped almost immediately, as
both
drop
of them
5
down.
has gone to Blackwatch.
This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
Let's get these stats up.
Checking out these teams, and we can see here, some good damage coming out of those Grasshoppers, that's for sure. Admiral Korean Jesus taking the high score for the game with a 642, 2 kills. Basically, Jiffy and Admiral being the ultimate finishers on their team. 4 kills for Jiffy, 585 damage, 2 kills for Admiral Korean Jesus, 642. Jiffy just amazingly handy in that Vulcan. Over on the other side, Chrisman doing a solid job in the Catapult C4 with a 542. Jay-Z and Blunt Object both coming in there with their usual good damage, but a couple of lower scores in there, critical because over on Blackwatch, they basically just they took that damage. One thing I was surprised about though was how low in percentage Admiral went. I think he was down like in the 20s, and he just wasn't going down.
All right, now let's see. Interviews should be coming up next, I believe.
Absolutely. So we'll get Panic Button and Jay-Z in our channel here. We'll ask them some questions about that. 228, both these teams are part of the 228 unit, a really strong unit. If you've ever been to MetCon, you'll see them wandering around. They've got shirts. They're all hanging out together, and it's just a great group of people from all over the world. And these two teams, as much as they've got some great healthy competitive spirit, they really are a great unit to hang around with, and lots of fun.
Now let's see, do we have anybody on channel for interview? Panic Button. Let's drag him in. There we go. Hello, Panic.
Hey, Panic.
Sorry about the slight delay of trying to start the match. There was a bit of tech difficulties on our end.
But hey, on the good side, we hit that one game. You know that one game.
What
Just
game?
send our gold mechs where you can DM us, right?
Mhm.
DM those gold mechs to us directly.
Yeah. What game? What are you talking about, Violent? There was no drop 4. That didn't happen.
We didn't actually have a drop 4, but
Yeah.
not that anybody knows of.
Yeah. No, I mean we Jay-Z. I mean the payment went through, right? And that radio cast make it sound like we lost, like just well enough. Was
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
believable? Okay, good.
Now,
The
now,
payment through.
remember, we agreed in US MC, not in Dolly Rose MC.
Right.
Yes, of course.
Of course. So yeah, that's right.
All
That
right.
being said, normally we start with a match 1, but let's go to match 4 and just talk about match 4
I'm down.
right away. Yeah, like, just to see what happened there.
There-
Jay-Z, do you want to start on that and let us know what
I don't think
happened
there was
on
a match 4. I don't know what you're talking about.
Invisible.
Well, hey, if we deny its existence, you have to double the payment. You know how that works, right?
This is where you say, yeah, we went down, but it was no. Go ahead, man.
I think Panic and a triple gas die wolf really made the difference. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. That's a very old reference, Panic. No, so it was good. So we ended up bringing 4 crabs, 2 quick draws. The quick draws and the 2 LFE crabs were in Charlie Lance charging at the bridge. We had 2 crab 20s with XL 350s and another Lance with full speed tweak to catch up. And basically, as we closed, I said, guys, they're bringing bushwhackers. Are you confident shooting CTs? My team said yes. Turns out you crit arms, crit legs, crit sides, all this, but we still killed them. And we only lost Kaguru. So 6-1. But our plan was for them to shoot Kaguru and myself as the 2 front mechs, because that's usually how our strats go. We actually get our officers killed. That's the Wild One's way.
Love that.
Remind me
so-
never to be an officer in your group, man.
The pay's great. The
Officers go
benefits are
down
good.
first.
The pay is good if you live.
No, the benefits are
We-
great
we-
for
we
your
have health-
family.
We have healthcare in this country, so there's
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that got steep. Now let's go actually in order. Drop 1.
Hold on a second. I
Oh.
still want to hear from Panic Button
Oh,
how
that's
he's
correct.
dealing with that tragic loss of
Well,
Game 4.
Well, really, when Jay's hand came down and I saw it was still closed in a fist, and I had my 2 fingers, spread apart like scissors, I was like, ah, shit. And it was
we have a rule of no content on stream that's not appropriate. I'm not sure how to categorize that though. Is that appropriate? Is that not appropriate?
but no,
Well,
Paper,
this-
scissors,
what
rock.
I-
It's a pipe, scissors, rock reference, TS, you Muppet.
Oh, great. Yeah.
What did you think it was?
You know what?
Oh
You
my
know
goodness, guys.
You know what? Shut up. Keep it going.
but yeah, in all honesty, like I mean, I don't think so. We were not prepared to deal with a pulse rush on that deck for some. I think that it missed the rush decks or something we try to like run, I guess, scenarios against when we're developing these new decks, and we'll usually split up into on nights we have 12 people, we'll get half of them online and run a rush deck, and we'll try to sit there and counter it or like modify the deck that we think will work until it either does work or we just sort of throw up our hands and say, nah, that's okay, that's not going to happen. And I think in this case, the pulse rush was, I mean, I don't know if you could have executed that much better from Jay-Z's end. And these guys, the Wild Ones especially, have been doing this for a lot longer than we have in terms of like the successful like rush decks. They work very well together, even though they had some guests, some like newer folks on the team
Defunct.
this evening. It's fine. I mean, neither Defunct or Chris have played for them in tournaments in the past. I think maybe like 1 or 2 drops, but like not more than that. But in any case, like you could still tell that they were working well together. They managed to close the distance very effectively, and you just can't deal with that much DPS in that map, which is relatively cold up close when it's so pinpoint like that. So yeah, the whackers just were not the answer for that rush deck, I don't think. And even if we had played that perfectly, we probably could have pulled out a few more kills. But I think Jay's team had the just played it so well that we couldn't have done anything about that if we tried.
Okay. That's fair. Now let's go to drop 1. Drop 1. That was the
Match 1
Lerm.
was Conquest on Canyon Network, and there was a big brawl over at Kappa.
I
Basically, you
never
guys all
saw
just
it.
went in there and got to it.
No, I never was there. That's fine. It was a peaceful drop for me. I was clicking very hard on Max.
Yeah,
The locks were held. The locks were
the
held.
locks were indeed held, and yet you did not get top damage
No.
in your Lerm boat, and that was sad.
Yeah, I'm sad too. Don't worry.
JZ, what would you say overall went wrong there in that drop on your end?
Let's see. I think we we had trouble maintaining range and good sight lines so that the push distance was long enough to really do the damage against an Uziel deck. Also, focus fire was not good. Like honestly, we should just shot CT and just really called Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, etc. Just being very clear on that. The execution just wasn't there. The deck wasn't too bad, I don't think. I think we had the right idea of well, there's many options to take really, but that idea I don't think was a bad one. Just a bit of execution there, and positioning wise, we could have rocked forward our Warhammers earlier in the game onto the ridge to get earlier shots in. May have shortened the rush distance a bit, but I think there's some merit there.
All right, now drop 2, which was, I want to say that was the drop with
Heavy gas one.
yeah, the heavy gas drop.
That was, yeah, a lot of UAVs going up, you guys, mostly between Epsilon and Theta for that map.
Yeah. Now I would say that was probably the cleanest sweep drop of the night. What do you guys think happened there? And I will start with Panic.
Well, on a lighter drop deck like that, I think again, like we'll argue all day. Rock paper scissors is real. If you bring Vulcans and mechs with XL engines specifically into a drop to try to get to try to increase your speed and the rate at which you can close the enemy team, then once those guys ran around the corner sort of by themselves, it really didn't matter whether our heavy gal stuff hit CT, side torso, whatever. Something was open, something was very hurt, and we were able to just run around and capitalize on that early damage. And actually, the victors never really went down, and I think we had one Thanatos on that. So you just the risk of every time you walk around a corner just being immediately slammed by 50 points of damage somewhere to open you up. It's worth in some cases, I'll clarify, it's worth the risk of the crit from the heavy gals, killing you early. As long as you can keep them concealed long enough for that to get that initial pop on somebody, then you can really take a mech advantage. And in a 6v6, one mech advantage is a huge thing, even more so than 8v8, where it's already pretty much it can cause a whole game to snowball.
Okay. And then drop 3, which was the wall strat.
HPG Manifold. Let's talk about those wall spiders, shall we?
I'm very biased against all things that are wall strat. So I will let Blue take over for this drop.
All right, so match 3. Panic, let's talk about some of your strategy there, because obviously you had a couple of mechs up on the wall.
I mean, both of us had mechs on the wall. I mean, I think
true.
for similar reasons. If you have mechs on the wall, you can sort of move around and keep track of what they're doing in the middle, and you can get an early scout on like if they're doing a basement strat, and you can understand what mechs went down there, where they and you really limit the amount that they can move through the middle freely. So they're trying to So actually, HPG Manifold it is, unless you're playing some nameless game mode, then if you don't have wall control, you're pretty much playing it. So it's like, because you're either going to rush somebody in the middle, but if they have wall control, then they can just back off and pee on you until you fall over. So that sort of was the plan going in, is that we have these two mechs on the wall, and then really I think the interesting choice we got to talk about there is the Thanatos is in the middle, which is highly risky because they do pop. Like if you do hit those, if you got those soloed out, they will go down pretty quickly. But we felt like the amount of vertical peaking ability those Thanatoses have with a high mount Gauss enables them to sort of kite any mechs that were attempting to close with, and anything that would close with them that was actually capable of getting there without getting hit more than a couple times. If they backed down a ridge, it would be so fast that it would actually sort of spread itself out. Again, I think the most dangerous thing to that deck is a pulse rush or a Serm rush with a whole team involved. As soon as we saw the spiders, we were like, okay, well, they can't have more than 4 people rushing. We have 3 Thanatos. We feel pretty good about this, right? So
I'm just gonna go on and say that that because the name is Greek, then the plural is not Thanatos, but it is I want to say it's toy. So Thanatoy.
neat, cool story.
Wow, you're fun. You're really fun.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
I just want to say that Tios always gives you guys a little extra.
Moving on.
Whether you like it or not.
No,
we
thanks,
already-
T. I was messing with you. Sorry, buddy.
I love it. Moving on to drop 5, seeing as
did we get Jay-Z's input on that?
that's right. That's right.
No, we didn't, but that's
come
okay.
Come on. They actually
Right, okay.
they
I hate
did
wall
do some
stress.
things. Come on.
So, don't think your HPG, terrible map for comp. Hate that it's in every league. Anyway, what better thing to do than a wall strat and a basin strat in the same drop?
We saw those roughies go.
Yeah. So the idea was we put 4 big mechs onto Theta. We had 2 little mechs taking care of Epsilon, and hopefully there's enough big mechs that go center that we can kill everything. I was hoping that our 4 rough mechs could kill their 3 heavy mechs because they had their Panthers and Javelin on our lights. So I thought, hey, 3 lights on our 2 lights, we should be able to win that. We didn't quite win that, and that's basically it. We didn't win the big fight. So try to get a couple kills in the spider, but it wasn't really enough in the end. Just a good pinpoint aim and focus fire from the heavy gas mechs. Just took our roughies down. Simple as that, really.
All
Well, we
right.
had fun though.
Good. So we covered match 4. So we'll just skip over that like it didn't happen and go on to match 5.
All right.
The return of Black Cat.
Their return and subsequent departure again.
Yes. That mech just exists and its arms are already gone.
That we anticipated that the arms would be shot. I gotta say, we weren't exactly not knowledgeable about the fact the arms would be shot off.
Oh no.
The idea was that if you shoot one arm off, you can dead side the other side,
Oh.
and it's got 4 jump jets.
You can't
And
you can't dead sight it though when the arms go above the mech. It's like you can't
Look,
shield those.
Hey, look, the point is, if you throw enough of them, that's why we have 4 of them, you see. If you throw
Oh,
enough
man.
splash cuts at
Dude.
the
Yes,
end of the
and they stand still and take it, then you're good.
Oh,
The,
yeah,
the arms come off. We anticipated this. It was
It was calculated. Love
hey,
that.
there might be some rounding errors in the calculations, alright?
within the margins.
Yes.
I think you might have switched between metric and imperial somewhere. Oh
there you
god,
go.
we crashed the catapult into the side of the mining collective. That's no. It was really close. I think when we got caught up there at the top of the map with
It
the
was
grass.
all going perfectly as planned. That's
Yeah,
all
but
I
then
will
like
say.
once we started getting a little bit of range, like once you get outside of
Yeah.
if the catapult cannot like lick you, then you're pretty much not going to take that much damage from the SRMs. The hit reg problems are still pretty real, despite some of the. I think they got didn't they get velocity bust or is that just MRM? No,
That
it's
was just
probably
MRMs.
Yeah.
Just MRMs, yeah.
And
The velocity
even
really wasn't like we just really wanted to fight them up close, so it wasn't like a
yeah.
All right, I think that's all of the thoughts
All of the
slash
match
quick
questions.
questions I have.
I actually do have a question for you guys. One of the things that I love about MetCon is actually seeing all the 228 people get together. Do you guys already have plans in works for a whole bunch of people to migrate to MetCon from 228?
Well, I feel like we need to ask Russ on stream in a week's time to find out what on earth is happening. What is happening? I'm not kidding.
Apparently, we have to wait for another week.
So,
I mean, we have we're pretty sure that if there is some form of championship which either does or does not involve travel, whether it be free or not, we always try for that. And then a lot of us actually, even if we don't make it, will still show up. If you didn't notice last year, just to support the event and support the people that put it together and the game, and I don't know what else. Just try to get in there and use it as an excuse to go out and grab some drinks with people that we don't see very often and have a generally good time. So yeah, I think, and even if there isn't, uh, even if nothing happens and it all evaporates, we'll stick it to them and go to somewhere more sensible and easy to get to, like Vegas, and meet up or something.
What are you talking about, mate? North
as
Queensland,
somebody-
Sorry,
Australia.
we're gonna do North Queensland. Okay, I'm coming, man. I've never been to Australia. I've always wanted to go.
To be
We're
honest,
so-
as
I'm
somebody
leaving-
who
I'm
lives,
leaving right
as,
now.
as somebody who currently lives in Vancouver and loves the fact that MetCon is in my backyard, I have every year asked them to take it down to the US just so that it's more accessible for a bunch of people. I've got a good passport. I can get down there no problem. But a lot of it'd be interesting to see what Russ has to say, because they're based here. They've got staff here. They've got lots of resources here. And there's a whole bunch of equipment that's got to be hauled around. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. And we would have known already, but
Now,
things
Hey.
happen.
I hate
Can't
to
win 'em
say
all.
this, but to the people that are currently watching, the code for the MC has not been claimed, so I'm going to do another roll. So let's get that wheel going.
He hasn't claimed it. Didn't he message you?
The guy did from the Mech Bay.
Maybe he just hasn't had a chance to claim it.
It's been on stream for like 10 minutes now, 10-20 minutes.
No, I'm just gonna put this out here. The day and I are seeing right here. Just slide that. Just slide that. Just right here.
Yeah, you spend
Just
it all your
slide that right-
all your MC. What you spend? There's no beer in Mech Warrior, man. What are you
No,
spending
no.
your MC on?
Now
It was-
listen. Now
okay.
listen.
Should I answer that honestly or
You've
a
got the
joke
most-
answer?
Yeah, you have the most gorgeous paint jobs ever, JC.
So it was someone from your unit, but it wasn't you.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. I'm not gonna step in. I handle it professionally, Tyos. I trust you. Also, I spent it on NASCAR style camo and the V8 Warhorn for every single mech that I'm playing in this. That will answer your question. And I'm out. GG's, guys, and thanks for the cast, Violent and
Take
Tyos.
care.
See you, Panic. Here's the game.
Adios, gents.
Yeah, I may have 6 miseries and 50 stalkers, so I'm a bit low on the old MC.
Oh, you poor soul.
Yep. No, not
Some-
really.
Dude, don't drink and buy mechs, man. Don't drink.
I
and buy
don't drink
mechs.
at all. I'm a non-drinker actually.
He is. It's weird. He's boring.
I'm the worst Aussie ever.
You're the best Aussie ever, because people are like, yeah, here's a drink. You're like, oh, I'll give it back to you, man. Like,
well, I find it's 2016 MechCon. I got given so many drink tickets, and even 2018 I got given a couple. But 2016 I got given so many. I was handing it to my unit mates. It's like, they're walking past Blunt, and I'm like, here you go. Here's like 6, and he's like, oh, cheers, mate. He just cooks off and fills them up. It was pretty
and
good.
that's why you're the team captain.
Yeah, the designated
away-
driver of the dropship. The
Gives
designated
away all
driver.
the- Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for casting. Appreciate you guys. Thanks
Take
for having a
care.
laugh too.
Yep.
See ya.
Adios.
All right, Tios, what's the last thing we do before we wrap up here?
I don't know.
You're
What do we do?
well. Are you gonna give away the? Are you gonna give it away again? Or are you gonna take it? I think
I already did give it away, and it's in chat now.
Should we just should we do another radio cast of a random game? No, I don't think we're allowed to do that on this channel. Well, thank you, Tios. It's a pleasure. This is my first time casting with you, and thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you running all the technical stuff.
Anytime, and it was very fun to cast with you, and thank you to everyone who watched and stuck all the way to the end. English language is fun, and I hope to see you during our next cast.
Have a great one, everyone.
Adios.